lumpia, but for today we're going to be talking about lumpia because normally it's a food, it's a Filipino dish, but for today's purposes, for this interview, it is a film. Talking to filmmakers of lumpia, Patricio Janelsa and AJ Kalumay. Hello and welcome to Kababayan today.
What's
to
up,
both
Janelle?
of you.
All
right. Lumpia 2 is a sequel to Lumpia, it's a film that came out 10 years ago. Let's take a look at this.
What are they going to do to us anyways? Well, I'm not going to stand here and find out.
What's up, man? You speak English?
Fob. I'm not a fob. What do you guys want? Just leave us alone, okay?
Why don't you just talk to her?
Hey, Charlie! Shut up, Ibing. Hi, Charlie.
Oh, hi. James, right?
Yup, that's me.
That was the first Lumpia movie released 10 years ago. And now, 10 years later, you're coming up with a sequel. What took so long?
Well, I never thought I'd return back to Fogtown and that movie because we call it the ultimate homemade movie.
Yeah.
And since then, we've been very busy making music videos for the Black Eyed Peas, Bamboo. So we always thought our next feature film would be, bigger budget, big stars.
Right.
But because we're celebrating our 10th year anniversary, something happened. I was inspired just watching the movie again, and it was amazing. It was like it inspired a second story that, for me, when I shared it to the producers, like with AJ, they were just excited about, oh man, this could actually work not just as a sequel, but also as a standalone movie.
You mean those weren't big stars that we just saw?
Well, they're stars now. People also ask for their autographs.
Right?
It's amazing though, like how.
Tell us how that first Lumpia was formed and how is it going to be similar or different from the sequel?
Right. Well, the first Lumpia was formed because, those are Patricia's buddies from the neighborhood over in Daly City.
So the neighborhood Barkada.
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
basically,
And
yeah.
that's why I feel it's like truly like a community kind of neighborhood sort of movie. It's fun. It's like kids having fun, and that's really the spirit of filmmaking, the spirit of telling stories. And as far as the sequel, I mean, it'll be, a lot of the same cast, the same vibe, the same spirit,
yes.
The same, same feel of the set. But, now that we have, over 10 years on our belt as professionals and as independent filmmakers, we're more than ready to bring in, the crew that we've worked with over the past 10 years. We know how to tell stories better. Technology is a lot better, where we can create maybe a flying lumpia,
Right.
In 3D.
In 3D.
Yes.
What did you, Patricio? I first heard about you because of the debut, and then Apple the App music video,
Apple
and then
song.
Bamboos. Yeah. So how did working on those? How will that help you with Lumpia 2?
I mean, it's really, honestly, it's working with a crew. I mean, and a professional crew, and also. And for me, as directing, I'm more seasoned now. I know there are a lot of things that I wasn't able to do in the first Lumpia movie because it was just me in a camcorder running around. But now, I think that's the reason why Lumpia 2 really gets us all excited, because we can do so much more now.
Are you
with the
using
film.
the same cast too? Are they more seasoned now too? Your neighbors?
I think so. I mean, they have a different perspective of it. Patricia's neighbors in his neighborhood. I grew up here in LA, but seeing, he still stays in touch with most of them, and yeah, they're ready. I mean, I think they've seen how much Lumpia has gained a following. I mean, we took it across the country, different schools, on the West Coast, even in the East Coast. And I think they're probably pretty amazed that, it got as big as it did.
And I hear that there's a demand for Lumpia 2, but they can't do it without your help, because this is a community effort. We need to be involved. This is their Kickstarter campaign.
This is not a remake, this is not a Lumpia reboot, but this is actually a true follow-up sequel. Lumpia 2 is an action comedy that takes place 15 years later in the lives of Kelly, Moon,
Tyrone.
yeah, we see what's up with Tyrone, and of course, the Lumpia-wielding Avenger Kuya, who reappears in Fogtown to prevent an escalating drug war. And even though it's a sequel, the story also works as a standalone film for a brand new audience.
The first film was shot in home video on Video 8.
But we're not going to do that for this one, right?
Nah, we shouldn't.
Nope.
What'd you say?
It may not look like a homemade movie anymore, but we still keep the main ingredients of what made the original Lumpia movie so fresh.
Right. And what's Lumpia without the comic art, the comedy, the drama, and of course, I mean, the action.
So we're going to use our past experiences. I mean, we've been doing this for a long time now to, utilize.
Woohoo!